wondering, like, such a great win last week, but how important is it for you guys to back it up? That has been one of the issues this year.
Yeah, it's really important. As you mentioned, it's been a challenge of ours, and that's what the good teams do. Their consistency of effort and the brand that they bring every week, and the opposition will go out there to challenge your brand and who you are, and that's a growth for us, is to become more consistent, not only week to week, but throughout games as well. So we need to make sure our preparation's as good as it was last week, and then when we turn up with the same energy and intent that we did on the weekend.
We've seen already lots of players starting to announce their retirements. Where are you at with the conversations with Eddie?
With who?
With Eddie Betts.
Yeah, look, we're having conversations with a few of our guys. Look, we'll let our supporters and members know when decisions on those areas or those issues come up. But yeah, at the moment we're really comfortable. Our focus at the moment is this weekend's game and to play the best footy we can. So that's where we're putting our energy at the moment.
How's Charlie Curnow pulled up, David?
He pulled up really well. So he's looking pretty good. He's pretty excited to get through. I think from a psychological point was probably a greater challenge than a physiological point for him. So he got through the game. He feels good to be back out there. I think he enjoyed kicking that goal, and even his energy late in the game when St Kilda started to come at us, his ability to run into the midfields, get around them, get some energy going is something we really value.
Just on that emotional energy, how much of a buzz is it giving the group that you're still a live finals chance? This can be the real dead time of the year if you're out of the mathematics.
Yeah, I think it's adding a little bit to it. Probably our focus from a club point of view is probably back to that first question, is just being really consistent with who we are and how we turn up to play. And we let ourselves down a couple of weeks ago. We responded last week, but right now the most important game for us is the next one. So we need to make sure that we bring that same effort, intent, energy to that game. And we believe we can be a really good side when we do that. But if we don't, then you fall back very quickly and you're susceptible to anyone.
Have you been able to identify any of the triggers or the cues for when the team's a bit off? Is there anything pre-match or anything that appears early in the game you think, oh, trouble here?
No, not so much pre-game or anything. What I do notice is when things aren't going well or we start to get a little bit frustrated, we probably try too hard and we go away from just playing our role, and we end up with too many players at the contest, and teams are able to get the ball onto the outside and use it against us. So sometimes it's often from over-trying. So this group are a pretty proud group in terms of the way they train, the way they prepare, and in games, if anything, it can be trying to help too much rather than just get your job done.
David, just going back on Eddie Betts, obviously he brings so much off the field as well to your footy club. Is the club happy with him to go around again in a playing capacity? Is it up to Eddie, or is it going to have to be a joint decision?
Oh, it's always a joint decision. We'll sit down with Eddie and have those conversations. But you're right, he brings a lot to this football club, and whether that's as a player or not next year, we'd love to have him involved. So we'll have those conversations. But I personally, and I know from a club point of view, would love to have Eddie involved with us for the next 5 to 10 years. And he's such a great mentor, such a great help, not only for our small forwards, but also from the Indigenous point of view. So he's been a great acquisition for our club over the last 2 years.
Will DeConning,
Sorry, John.
I was going to say, will DeConning play this week, David, or will you have like a frontline run available?
Tommy's a test. At this stage, it's looking more likely than unlikely, but we'll wait and see. We've got training after this. We'll see how he pulls up, but he's more likely than unlikely. Levi Casbolt's a possibility to return this weekend as well. We played Mitch McGovern in the ruck at VFL level and did quite well. So we're going to have a few options. We'll see how the guys go through training, and at this stage, hopefully Tommy is available and we'll play him.
Jack Savani's had a really good month. What do you sort of hope this can do, I guess, for his overall career in terms of perhaps giving him a bit more confidence or more of a role on the side?
Yeah, he's been great. He's a competitor. He's very passionate about playing for the Carlton Football Club, and I know his teammates love that, his ability to compete. So, look, he's been really, really important for us, particularly as a ruckman, and he puts some pressure on in the front half. He probably hasn't hit the scoreboard as much as he would have liked from a forward's point of view, but when he's been thrown into the ruck, that challenge, his follow-up, his second ever, I think he had 9 tackles last week and led the way in there with Matthew Kennedy and Patrick Cripps around the pressure as well. So he's been great for us. We love seeing him. We love the energy he brings and the passion he plays with.
Could you see him moving into a bit more of a midfield role in the future, David, particularly with the time that he's spending in the ruck and on the ball at the moment?
He has played that role. He's tagged, I know he tagged Fife in a game a couple of years ago, and he has played as a big-bodied midfielder at times. So potentially this year we've probably struggled for height in the front half, so we haven't really thought about it too much. We've needed him to give us an option in the front half, and then he's gone as a second ruck. So it is something that we can go to down the track when we have a few more others available, some other taller players to play the key position roles. He could step across into a midfield role.
And one more on Jack is a few guys coming out of contract at the end of the year. Has there been any discussions there in terms of extending Jack?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to go into each individual and their different situation from a contract point of view, but those conversations will be going on in the background with our list management and their managers.
David, there was some commentary going into last week that there was a dark cloud hanging over the club morale-wise. Do you feel like you've put that commentary to bed with your performance last week, or do you have a response to that commentary?
Yeah, I didn't hear the commentary. I know we were extremely disappointed in the way we played, and even from a game point of view, we got to half-time and the boys were flat in the rooms, and 2 points up. And then we went out and North Melbourne flogged us in the third. So we were more disappointed in the way we played. We reviewed it strongly, and we needed a response, and we got that. Now the challenge for us now is to continue to play that way. We know we're at our best when we bring that pressure and we play strong, contested team football, and we need to make sure we're doing that again this weekend.
Just one.
You go.
Resilience is a real buzzword being used to players these days. Are you proud of the coaching resilience you've shown, certainly in the second half of the year under extreme external pressure?
Look, I've been very grateful for the support I've had from our coaching group. Look, I will be honest, obviously with the review in the background, it does get into your head, and the challenge is getting out of your head and getting back to what you can control. And the guys, the line coaches, development coaches, from a high performance point of view through the football department, I think the ability of the whole club to continue to focus on their jobs and get their job done and to try and put out the best performance we can each week is something that the guys have done really well. And am I proud of it? Yeah, I am proud of the group.
So, David, obviously this review is going to, or the findings going to come out in the next couple of weeks. I mean, are you sort of looking forward to that part of the journey to be over? I mean, when are you expecting those findings to be delivered, hopefully in the next week or two?
Yeah, I haven't heard exactly when it's going to happen, but am I excited? Yeah, I want to know the learnings. I want to see how we can get better. At the moment, we're playing some okay footy, but we're not playing as well as we can. And when you get 3 experts into the footy club and they're going to share their ideas, I'm really looking forward to the learnings, to the opportunities, and how to grow and get better as a football club.
We are the Navy Blues. We are the old dark Navy Blues.